What's up, everybody? Back for another Honkai Star video. This video is going to be a lot of ranting, so heads up. It's going to be very negative. So if you're not a huge fan of that, it is what it is, right? And if you're a huge fan of Star and you go to the comments and you complain and you like to defend the game, hey, good on you, bro. I really don't care. I actually just don't care. Like, good for you for your opinion, bro. Keep it. I don't want to hear it, bro. Anyway. Regardless of that, let's get into the video. So, quick story time before we get into the main issue, right? Or the main reason for this video even existing, right? So, here I am, right? I've been busy past few days. Didn't feel too great today, right? Monster Hunter came out. Huge Monster Hunter fan. Been playing that. Doing the daily gacha grind. Play a lot of gachas. Unfortunately, need to drop like half of them realistically, right? Luckily, I don't spend in them. I only spend in Starro at the moment. Like besides Pocket TCG, it's like a login thing, right? I always just forget to cancel it, right? But I mean, hey, we all do that with like Netflix and stuff, right? Anyway, so here I am. I've done a little bit of the new Divergent Universe stuff, right? Which I'm a huge Divergent Universe hater. I just feel like the mode has overstayed its welcome a little too long, right? But hey, it's combat oriented, right? So I can't get that mad. At least I get to play the video game, right? Now, this new event came out. I made a video on like the best 4-star to pick from it. It's the Awooo Firm, right? The Awooo Firm, and I have no idea what any of this is about. I just know it's early access because I've not sat down and done the story yet. So I figure while I'm still trying to summon for Tribi, right, that I would do the new event with the new early access stuff, and then we'd see if I can get Tribi from this. If not, figure out a different video for the day. And then, we go to the next day. And then, luckily, hopefully we'll get Tribute in the next few days. Hopefully, unless I really have to go to hard pity. And then I'll do my videos on Tribute and we'll go from there, right? So that was my game plan, right? So, hop over to this event, right? And I have no idea what to expect. I'm not expecting too much because, let's be real, Starro has kind of been not letting us play the game recently. Most of the stuff has been non-combat oriented, so I opened it up, right? And I'm like, okay, let's see what it is. So, done the first little stage. We have this new character. I have not met her in the story yet, so that is unfortunate. But we're gonna hit continue, and I'll show you the gameplay of this, right? So the whole gist of this is you have these little guys, and they do different things, and you're supposed to put them in an order that will complete this objective so you get points, whatever. I've been very autopilot through this, right? Because I'm gonna be real with you, this is like the least exciting thing. Gain efficiency and stamina. Okay, we're still getting tutorials here. Recommendation. Oh my gosh, that is so nice, actually. I actually really wanted this. Let them do this. Let me do it for me, because this is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit all this and let them do it on their own, right? I'm not gonna press anything. And the whole thing is certain of them buff other ones, and you get more HP. When you use actions, you lose HP, and pretty much you just want to make it to where you don't lose all your HP and lose all your chimeras. Once the chimeras are all done, you fail, right? And you pretty much just want to get through the entire stage up top, and then you're done, right? You get your points, you progress in the like rankings or whatever. It's supposed to be like what's the best chimera team, I think, right? You can tell I've really not been paying attention to this event. However, you can see this event is not Starro. It is not turn-based. You're not using your Acheron, you're not using your Vetrine, you're not using your Yanqing, your Bailu, your Harmony MC, your Fugue, your Sunday. You get the gist, right? It's just whatever this is, right? Now, I am kind of at the point where I don't play the game, right? Like, I get on and I do my dailies, right? Which, hit auto, go about my business, right? Now, to be fair, a lot of people do just play this game on auto, but it's just dailies, right? It's whatever. So, do the daily grind, spend my stamina, and go about my business, right? When there is a new event, obviously, we do the new event. Now, as you can see, that was, this is something, right? I wouldn't call this truly entertaining, at least not to me. If you like these kind of modes, awesome, good for you. This is not my cup of tea. This is not why I downloaded Honkai Star Rail. This is not why I play the game. I absolutely hate these kind of modes. Now, I mean, it gives Jades, I guess, so it's like, that's cool. We did complete it. Okay, I was like, yo, did we actually just fail? I'm hoping to just be able to click on the, oh, hey, do this and you're good to go, and kind of just auto my way through it and call it a day, right? If I have to actually sit down and figure out what these things do, I might lose it. This is not anything I care for. This guy looks cool. He was a healer. Yeah, let's give him the thumbs up. All right. Anyway, as you see, you're supposed to get to the top, and pretty much once you get to the top, you should have all the rewards and be good to go, right? As you can see, it go here, get some rewards. We got a new texting option, which sure, cool. I mean, it's cool. Limited time rewards. We get some currency. Awesome. Love to see it. This is the main reason I've been doing this. And that's the event, right? Now, if we look at Sorrow's past events, right, we have, I'm going to give them some slack because they're not actual playing Honkai Sorrow, but there are puzzles that you see over in the world maps a lot, so I'll give them a pass so it makes sense, right? This one, you know, makes sense, just puzzles, right? Random minigame. Random minigame. Puzzles will give it a slight pass. One of my favorite events ever. Holy hell. You actually play the game. It's not too hard, but the story is somewhat interesting. You get to use characters you don't normally use. You get great ass rewards. You get a lot of jades. You got the March dupes, right? Very good event. This one was like kind of cool because you got to raise. Hello, cat. My cat is screaming at me to be let out. You know how it is, bro. It's like every video. All right, cat. Cat has been satisfied. He has left the room. Anyway, this event was like kind of cool. There was like a little bit of fighting, but overall, it's kind of like a graphic novel. At least it looked cool, right? This was like some Candy Crush thing. I really didn't care for this one. I swear no one likes this event. Mixing drinks. Hanu, again, slight pass because it was mini games that are in the overworld. Not a huge fan of Hanu. I know. Nothing on actual Hanu. I just don't like his mini games. Critter Pick, non-combat. Actual fighting event. Fun fact, this is the one event I didn't fully clear when it left. I had like one more stage and like 2 more stars, I think. I went back and beat it, obviously, but actual fighting event. Actual fighting event. This one was kind of like a little bit of everything. There was some fights in it, a lot of yapping, a little bit of puzzles. Ethereum Wars, my favorite event, which was just the actual Star Wars combat, but you got to use the enemies that you fight against. Very cool. Please bring it back. I'm begging you, right? Next up, we have Phoenix Wright and Yapping, and then a a museum sim. I don't really know what to call it. It's just a sim, right? It's just a sim, right? So we have. I don't feel like. Do I count Ethereum Wars? I'm not, just for the sake of argument. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 actual fighting events where you are playing Honkai Sorrow. Out of all of them. Out of all the updates we've had throughout the years. This event is also an event where we don't actually play the game. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of tired of Honkai minigame sim. This is not why I play the game. They're cool. Sometimes they cook. And they're fun. Like Ethereum Wars was fun. I really like the puzzles featured in this one. The March thing wasn't too bad. Sometimes they cook. But I feel like I just don't play the game anymore. Story, while having fights, yes, most of them are so easy you can auto them half the time, right? Which, to be fair, that might just be because Star has an auto feature in the first place, but they're not really hard. They're not really like super engaging to like the final boss fight at the end, right? But at least it's entertaining because it's story, right? Besides that, I get on, do the event, which most of the time it involves me not even like I could literally just open up my characters and bring in my level 60 Arlen or level 70, whatever the heck he was, no relics, and I could run around and do the event and never have to worry about failing because you don't actually find anything. And I feel like that's mostly what I do in this game until the 2 weeks pass to where the new MOC comes out. Where is it? Right here. Until right here. So 1 day, 20 hours. Thank the Lord, because I'm literally, I want to play the game. I want to play the game. Yeah, I don't even have trivia and I still want to play the game, right? Until this comes around, I beat this, right? We'll like auto the first like little like whatever difficulties. Then I'll play through it until we get to the end, make a video, right? Maybe run it back once or twice to test a few teams on it. If I want to make a video on it, do that. And then we wait 2 weeks. We wait 2 more weeks. The only time content happens where I am excited and I get to, play the game is when a new character drops. So you test stuff. Hence, you have to actually pull the character, which is going to be a whole other rant in, itself. You have to either pull the new character or you wait until the end game reset, or you hope that it just happens to be a patch where there is a combat oriented event. And you know, I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. So what really are you playing Honkai Star Rail for? What content is there? Like, realistically, I'm not even kidding, power creep really doesn't matter because all you're playing is mini games anyway. You miss out on those few singles, oh damn, that sucks. You can't beat these 3 endgame modes, but don't worry, you can beat this, you can beat this, you can beat all this other stuff because you don't actually use your character. So like, is there really power creep? Because you're not playing the game. You're really not playing the game. You can't do 3 like quote unquote mini game modes. You can't beat MOC, like Pure Fiction, Apocalyptic Shadow. I went to the wrong one. You can't beat these 3. Oh well, that's such little content in the game. Does it really matter? That's where we're at for Starro. That is where we're at for Starro, at least to me. Like, in my head, the power creep, I could never summon again, and it wouldn't really matter because the little amount of times you actually get to use your characters is actually insane to me. It's actually insane, right? Now, going into the whole actually, getting to make content on the new character, my luck is bad. This is my luck. This was me summoning on Zaylee, losing 50-50, and deciding, okay, I'm just going to go for Jing Yun. Instead, they're both cool. And this is from there. I have done a total of 3,113 summons on this game. For the light cones, I've done only 820. I have a little bit better luck on the light cones, right? I'm not saying my luck is not good sometimes. This is like the craziest thing ever. I've never done this in a Hoyo game. The closest I've got was getting Aika's weapon and then doing 3 singles and getting Unforged, which it's Unforged, bro. That's they might as well just spit on my face and call it a day, right? It's Unforged. I've gotten lucky and gotten a few, 22, 38, 10, 28, 18, right? However, I lose most of my 50-50s, right? And I do have to go to a higher pity most of the time. So I've lost a lot of money and got very unlucky. So combo that with the fact that unless I'm pulling a new character, there's not really a lot of content to do because they don't actually give us places to use our characters besides this abomination or just redoing events, right? Which I'm not saying that there isn't content in redoing events, right? I am not a huge fan of doing it, right? Because I like working towards an objective instead of giving myself an objective, right? This is why I don't like replaying modes in like Dokkan a lot, but I really do like how in Dokkan how they will drop a event and they'll make you use a specific like category, right? Equivalent to that in Starro is like, oh, go back and beat MOC, but this time you can only use fire and ice characters. And then you go from there. Obviously, Sorrow would be a little bit harder to do that with, depending on what they pick, because you just would be screwed because you don't have certain characters. Dokkan has like way more characters, so it makes more sense for that game. But I like that, right? Because it's giving you a challenge to go and beat something. When I have to do that challenge myself, it's cool and I don't mind it, but it's a lot less rewarding because it's something that I'm giving myself versus something that someone else is challenging me to do, right? But that's just me personally, right? But overall, I'll give it like Divergent Universe is cool and it's the main event, kinda. I think technically this is the main event, but this is like the whole like side Divergent Universe stuff. So this is combat oriented. It's cool. I still have my gripes because it's just buff simulator, and I feel like I'm not actually using my characters. I'm just getting the buffs and using the buffs damage to do everything. Right? That's just my mentality on it. But I don't know, man. I feel like This is also really repetitive. Unfortunately, if you want to grind this out, a lot of people that I've talked to are not a huge fan of it. But regardless of that, enough on Divergent Universe. I could talk crap about this mode all day. At the end of the day, when you are hopping on Honkai Star Rail, do you want to use your brand new Tribi and test out some teams or do some combat stuff? Or do you want to hop on and play whatever the fuck I just did here, right? Probably you want to play the game and you don't want to do this. I feel like even with Genshin, right? I feel like I'm more actually using my characters. They have a lot of mini games, right? I will say, but they have more freedom because it isn't turn-based, right? Because they had the whole, it was like defeat enemies, and then there's like collect coins. There's like a multiplayer one a little bit back. I think it was around when Kanich was out. That one was cool, right? Now Starro is unfortunately limited on some of that because if there's no co-op, right, which I think hurts it a little bit, and we don't have the freedom to be using like skills and stuff outside of combat, like stuff like Genshin Impact are, so we are a bit limited on that. But I feel like that's just on the devs for figuring out how to make fun modes, right? ZZ is always having a bunch of modes, and while I don't pay attention to that game too much, I just see people talking about how good and fun the patches are every single time, and there's always fun modes. Their minigame S modes are fun, apparently, and they always have combat stuff to do. Like, that sounds fun to me. I'm not a huge ZZ fan, so that's for them, but I want that, bro. Woo is same thing. I like log in and I'm looking at all these events and what I have to do, and half of them seem like, well, most of them seem like I have to go fight something. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? I don't know. I just, it's ridiculous, bro. I just feel like I'm playing a mini game half the time versus the actual game. I know I sound like a broken record. I'm just disappointed. I really do like this game. Obviously, I make content on it, so I'm attached to it. And I don't want to drop it because, like I said before, this does make me money to pay some bills. That would be kind of rough to just drop it. But I just don't know what to make content on anymore. I really don't. I just like, I guess that's on me. That's on me to as a YouTuber to figure out what to make the content on. But if I'm not summoning for the new unit because I had to spend money and I'm just unlucky and I don't have that much cash to do that, what is there to make content on? If the 4 stars can't clear it, I can't do budget videos. It just doesn't work anymore. I can't clear it unless I have some like super absurd, which I don't. Right, I've seen clears of it, but it's like some super absurd like win set stuff, right? That most people aren't gonna have, so I don't feel like it's realistic. There's the power creep, which I know some people argue at that. I just can't clear with older units, so that's out of the table. I don't have the new units, so I can't make videos on them. That's out of the question. There's like not really like any content really in the game to really cover besides, oh hey, this mini game. Like, you guys don't need a guide on how to beat this. You really don't. Same with the mixing event. It's so autopilot that you just kind of click stuff until you're done and then you're good. Like, you can't really make a video on that. Who would watch that? Realistically, unless you're watching for the person, which fortunately I'm not big enough for people really to watch me for me. Like, if you want to see Mr. Pokey do this, you probably watch it, right? I don't think it would be entertaining, right? Even if I watch, like, I'm just gonna use Mr. Pokey as an example because he's really popular. Mr. Pokey's my favorite streamer ever, and he's playing this game mode. I'm gonna be honest with you, I probably would be like, all right, that's cool, but it's kind of boring, right? So obviously people wouldn't watch this. It's like, what am I supposed to do besides going insane trying to figure out what to do content wise, because the game doesn't want to actually give you real content, right? I don't know, man. It's just something I've been thinking about lately, and playing this game mode just annoyed me to all hell. So that's that. I'll probably have tribute in like tomorrow or the next day. Maybe I just won't upload tomorrow. Don't know. We'll have to see. Let me know what your thoughts on Star are at the moment. I feel like most people are just quitting or saying they're fed up with it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't blame them. The game is very much in a rough state. Now, in terms of what I would do if I wouldn't stop making Star content, but if I had to use another game to fill it in, I have no idea what I would do. YouTube is pretty brutal. I've talked about Pocket, but I feel like that's a little too big of a jump. It would probably, like, I feel like it would have to be like, I don't know. I feel Genshin. It's like, I don't know. Do I just become like the Hoyo guy and just do Genshin too, even though I'm not like the biggest into Genshin nor like know everything about Genshin? Do I do Wuwa? I feel like I just had another channel for Wuwa and I just fell out of it because I just got burnt out, right? Mostly because in that game your like relic stats aren't they don't go up, right? So let's go over here. I got 3 in attack, 1 in flat attack, right? And Wuwa, it would be 0, and then they just show up as you go. So whatever you rolled is what you get. And I literally have a character. The lowest crit rate you can roll if you get it for substat is 6.3. I literally have it on every single piece. Every single piece has crit rate. Very cool, right? They're all 6.3. I have some of the lowest rolls ever for most of my characters, and it sucks. So it burnt me out and killed me, right? I still think the game's very fun. There's definitely a lot of stuff I have to learn about that game, but I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's a gacha I play, right? It's weird. You just have to find the perfect balance on YouTube, and I feel like if you're a smaller creator like me and you just watch for the guides and whatever the videos and some stuff like pops off that I do, you're probably not gonna really care if I play a different gacha game. So I mean, I don't know. It's a struggle, bro. Starro, Starro is. I'm not blaming Starro for this, but Starro is like inadvertently making it harder for me to do YouTube because there's less stuff to cover because it's just not fun and like nobody cares for it, right? Which says a lot about Starro because Starro was like the game Genshin could never, and now Starro's like whatever. It's just it's sad. But anyway, enough of my rambling, bro. Let me know what you guys think, like I said before, about Star Wars in the comments. What games do you like to see on the channel? If you are someone who just watches for me, shout out to you guys. It means a lot. But other than that, I'm gonna go get some sleep since I still don't feel all too great. And yeah, I guess I'll wake up and finish this event, and hopefully we get Tribby on the next multi I do. 2-1 would be kind of nice, you know, it's either E1 Tribby or if I lose 50-50 and just can get meat aid, that would be like fantastic. Hoyo, like slide me some jades, bro. Like I just shit all over your game, but like, you know, you're not looking out for me, man. Like, what are we doing? I thought me and the Hoyo guys were the boys, you know. Anyway, I'm in the video there before I keep rambling.